for you.
After his big win, McCain takes aim at Bush again, this time South Carolina. The McCain you won't see in his campaign ads. Your money, interest rates going up, what it means for families with mortgages, car loans, credit cards. In depth, Flight 261. New clues about the final moments as the search for survivors is called off. And the competition to become top dog. The truth about picking America's most popular breed.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. The first full day after the New Hampshire presidential primary and the victories for John McCain and Vice President Al Gore brought a lot of speculation about what happens now that the race moves out of a tiny corner of New England and into the South, then into Super Tuesday. Senator McCain's 18-point win over George W. Bush raises the most questions tonight. We'll begin with that race. NBC's David Bloom is in South Carolina.
Today, John McCain celebrates his 18-point trouncing of George W. Bush in New Hampshire. And the suddenly vulnerable Texas governor levels his most pointed attack yet on the Arizona senator. Bush arguing that after 18 years in Washington, McCain is out of step with South Carolina's conservative Republican voters.
And he's done a pretty good job of trying to get the area codes that we live in confused. I'm 512, that's Texas. He's 202, that's Washington, D.C. The people of this state and South Carolina aren't going to fall prey to that. They know I'm a Texas governor. I'm coming from outside of Washington, D.C.
But McCain argues his victory in New Hampshire, where independent voters favored McCain 3-1 over Bush, proves he's more electable than the Texas governor. Today, McCain tells Republican Party leaders to listen up. We can win, he says.
I am a proud conservative Republican, and my views are conservative. Less government, lower taxes, strong military.
But Bush, far more aggressive now, claims that on everything from the size of tax cuts to McCain's support for campaign finance reform. The Arizona senator sounds more like Al Gore than Ronald Reagan.
I wouldn't call John a liberal. I would just say on key points, he has taken the Democrat position.
I can give him lots of lessons about being a conservative, including not spending all the surplus on tax cuts. But
John McCain now has 2.5 weeks to erase George W. Bush's 20-point lead here in South Carolina. And it won't be easy. NBC News has learned that Bush, with 4 times as much money in the bank as McCain, plans to dramatically increase his television advertising here. McCain's strategy, defeat Bush in South Carolina and earn more free publicity than money can buy. Tom?
Thanks very much. NBC's David Bloom tonight in South Carolina. McCain is an unconventional Republican Party candidate, a conservative maverick given to irreverent comments and self-deprecating humor. More tonight on the McCain, the man, and his style from NBC's Lisa Myers.
114,000 voters in New Hampshire, men and women of all ages, say there is something about John McCain. He's edgy, irreverent.
bring your family, bring deceased friends. I mean, don't. Well, if they're recently deceased,
Rebellious.
I'm going to be out there raising hell because we're going to stop these special interests.
Seemingly straightforward, even when his integrity is questioned on his key issue, money in politics.
I believe that there have been times when I have probably been influenced because the big donor buys access to my office.
Even as he runs for the highest office in the land, the man once nicknamed John Wayne McCain regularly tweaks the rules of politics. The atmosphere on his campaign bus sometimes is more Saturday night at the Improv than the road to the Oval Office.
So right now in the Straight Talk Express, are you living La Vida Loca?
Yeah, absolutely. Surrounded by communists. And I said,
He's such a character, some have likened him to Minnesota's colorful governor, Jesse Ventura.
Governor Ventura and I have a lot in common. We were both in the United States Navy. I was a mediocre high school and college wrestler, and I wear a feathered boa around the Senate from time to time.
Even when the humor doesn't work, and it can seem harsh, McCain's direct, unvarnished style seems to appeal to voters wary of packaging and polish. His 5 years in a Vietnamese prison also seems to give voters confidence that this is a man who means what he says. In New Hampshire, at least, McCain made himself the anti-Clinton, saying voters may not always agree with him, but
that as President of the United States, I will always tell you the truth, no matter what.
It touched voters who say they never before cared about politics.
I want to thank you for giving me a new reason to vote. I think you're an honest man.
Taking McCain's high-wire act on a national stage is fraught with peril. Experts say he'll face much more scrutiny. Now that voters in one state have given him their highest praise, judging him authentic. Lisa Myers, NBC News, Washington.
And on the Democratic side, it was a 5-point win for Vice President Al Gore over Bill Bradley, who's been a much more aggressive candidate in recent days. And now Bradley is promising to turn up the heat even more. NBC's Claire Shipman tonight on that race.
Claiming his 5-point loss in New Hampshire as a victory, Bill Bradley attacking Al Gore in New York today. At the same time, deriding attack politics.
Attack, attack, attack. Promise, promise, promise. How can the people trust a candidate who doesn't tell them the truth in the campaign to tell them the truth if he's elected President of the United States?
Al Gore at Ohio State University tries to keep the focus on his 5-point win and on building momentum for the next contest.
Help me in the election in November. Help me, first of all, in the election March 7th.
But even as they celebrate, Gore's team is clearly anxious to deflect Bradley's attacks. The vice president interrupted his campaign schedule in New York this morning, flying a commercial airline back to Washington to preside over an abortion vote in the Senate. Not over the legality of abortion, but whether anti-abortion activists can claim bankruptcy protection in court. Bradley has questioned Gore's dedication to abortion rights, and in the end, Republicans didn't give Gore the opportunity to preside over a tiebreaker, and Bradley needled his opponent for rushing back to the Senate.
Vice President supposed to cast a tie-breaking vote, right?
And his team pointed reporters to a newspaper article from 1976 questioning Gore's dedication to abortion rights. Look for more of this combative tone. Bradley's aides are convinced that voters like his tougher edge, and Gore advisors think that he turned his campaign around with his fighting style.
The unfortunate lesson out of the Democratic campaign so far is that if you go negative, it energizes your campaign.
But the voters won't have another chance to tell the candidates whether they like it or not until the next set of critical primaries in mid-March. Claire Shipman, NBC News, Columbus.
Before those crucial March contests, there are a couple of other important primary stops along the way. Republicans will go to the polls in Delaware next Tuesday. Then it's that major test in South Carolina on Saturday, the 19th. Michigan and John McCain's home state of Arizona have GOP primaries Tuesday, the 22nd. Virginia is up a week later. Then it's Super Tuesday, March 7th. Voters in 16 states will head to the polls. At stake, 1/3 of the delegates needed for nomination in each party. Still ahead tonight, a neighborhood mourns. NBC News in depth. The Seattle school touched by the crash of Flight 261.
It's not just an isolated group of people, it's a whole community. It's very sad.
One community mourns a great loss. That's tonight's In Depth. And your money. Alan Greenspan and the Federal Reserve Board made a big decision today and what it will mean to your family.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Monte Carlo. Green. The side you show the world is up to you.
An important study has shown that 3 cups of Cheerios whole grain oats a day, added to a low-fat diet, can actually help reduce your cholesterol. Just think of them as little life preservers. The one and only Cheerios to help reduce your cholesterol.
To help you find the perfect gift for your Valentine, Gifts.com does some rather thorough testing.
Good gift.
Gifts.com, just the perfect Valentine's gifts. Get a free Valentine's Day bouquet with your purchase of $50 or more.
The cost of money went up again today, as expected. The Federal Reserve raised short-term interest rates 0.25 percentage point in still another bid to try to keep inflation in check in this red-hot economy. Joining me now with more on all of this tonight, NBC's Kelly O'Donnell. Kelly?
Good evening, Tom. Today's interest rate hike, the fourth since June, intended to cool a red-hot economy and keep inflation in check. But the jump also means less money in the checking accounts of homeowners and credit card users. First-time home buyers and new parents, Scott and Carrie Dillard, out house hunting again today.
Look at that last bedroom.
Yeah. New pressure on top of their 5-month search for an affordable home. Higher interest rates.
It means we're going to have to keep renting, pay somebody else's mortgage essentially, and just wait on our dreams.
The 0.25% jump in the interest rate, no surprise on Wall Street, but the pinch much more unsettling on Main Street, where the payment on a $100,000 mortgage will now cost $768 a month. The extra interest for the year, $211.
The consumer is very conscious of what's happening here. So the idea of interest rates going up will probably tend to slow consumer purchases down.
But that prediction comes off a record year for new home sales. Figures just out today, more than 900,000 new houses went up in 1999, a 2% jump. Many of those down payments profit from the booming stock market. Analysts say this latest interest rate increase should not worry investors.
The move today suggests that the inflation danger is not imminent, and that's the reassurance the market needs at this time.
And the interest rate climb is not over yet. Experts predict the Federal Reserve will probably raise rates another 0.25% when the board meets again next month. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC's Kelly O'Donnell tonight. And as a result, it was a mixed and muted reaction on Wall Street today. The Dow was down almost 38 points. NASDAQ, however, was up almost 22 points. Up next, NBC News in Depth tonight, searching the waters of the Pacific for clues as to what brought down Flight 261.
You know, I've played in the U.S. and Canada, so I've got friends all over. That's why I use 10-10-220. It's only 99 cents up to 20 minutes and just 7 cents a minute after that within the U.S. or to Canada. So when I call my buddy Phelan here in the States, or my brother in Canada, it's just 99 cents all day, every day. With 10-10-220, all your calls can be under $1. Hey, little brother, go long. Falls for it every time.
Hey! Hey!
There are those among us with very simple tastes. They only want the best. And for them, there's Fancy Feast gourmet cat food, exceptionally moist and delicious. Fancy Feast. Good taste is easy to recognize.
You can rationalize it all you want, but eventually you're gonna get caught.
There's a tan minivan in the parking lot with its lights on. Whoever owns the tan minivan, your lights are on.
Okay, you're busted. It's time to check out the redesigned Mitsubishi Montero Sport. It's only the family car when the family's in it.
If you wear dentures, imagine how nervous teaching teenagers could make you feel. What if your dentures slipped? But thanks to the all-day hold of Super Polygrip, those days are over. I think that says a lot about the power of Polygrip.
Sis, I snooped in your medicine cabinet.
So?
You switched to X-Lax.
Yeah, Correctol works with an artificial chemical. X-Lax works with natural senna.
Very effectively, too.
You tried it.
Today's gentle X-Lax with natural vegetable senna. 4 out of 5 users agree. It's dependable overnight.
X-Lax, what a find.
What a snoop.
Today's X-Lax, good morning, guaranteed. And for relief with the added comfort of a softener, try new X-Lax Gentle Strength.
Tomorrow, what's the right age to tell your kids about the birds and the bees?
To leave them home alone.
To stop helping with homework.
More answers for parents from this special series.
Tomorrow on Today.
The summit in Silicon Valley coming to MSNBC.
NBC News in Depth tonight, the investigation into the crash of Alaska Airlines Flight 261. There's grim confirmation tonight of what many already believe, that no one could possibly have survived that crash. Now, the search and rescue mission becomes a search for bodies and, of course, for clues. We begin tonight's in-depth reporting with NBC's Robert Hager with the latest near the crash site.
The Coast Guard today gives up hope
of finding survivors. Says that in the cold 58-degree water, too much time has passed. Commander Thomas Collins.
We have far exceeded our estimates of survivability. It's a tough decision anytime, but it was the correct decision.
So now priority at sea shifts to finding the sunken cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder. This newly arrived ship leaves port tonight with a robotic unmanned submarine like this to try to locate and bring up those recorders. And new information tonight about the plane's final 11 minutes in flight, during which pilots were battling what they called a jam-up of the plane's stabilizer here over the tail. Turns out during those same 11 minutes, the crew also called Alaska Air's maintenance base in Seattle to ask for advice on the problem. Alaska Air's maintenance base recorded that conversation, has turned the tape over to investigators now. Meantime, in Phoenix today, an American Airlines MD-80, same series family as the Alaska airplane, has to make an emergency landing after a jam in its stabilizer. Happens 20 minutes out. Plane N65 aboard return to Phoenix, land without incident. But investigators want to know everything they can find out about this new incident, even as they continue to search for answers to the Alaska Air crash. Robert Hager, NBC News, Port Hueneme, California.
Then there is the school and the neighborhood in Seattle where news of the crash of Flight 261 has been particularly devastating. The loss intensely personal. 2 families have lost loved ones. An entire community has lost its neighbors and friends. NBC's Chip Reed is there tonight, and he continues our in-depth reporting.
The daily routine at John Hay Elementary School in Seattle. The appearance normal, but the world shattered.
Most of the time kids think life is safe and everything's okay, and right now they're being told no, it isn't.
4 students here, along with their parents, lost on Flight 261. Corey, Blake, and Miles Clementson, and their close friend, Rachel Pearson. On the school bulletin board, an essay Rachel recently wrote on her Millennium Dream, a wish for snow every day. Then she writes, we could make snowmen and play with friends outside. That would be fun. Today, the school filled with grief counselors and psychologists who say there is no easy way to explain death to children.
We have kids who are writing cards that want to put cards on the children's desks. We have kids who are concerned, do they have pets at home? Who's feeding the pets?
A few blocks from the school, the Pearson home, and a steady stream of visitors, both of Rachel's grandfathers mourning the deaths of the little girl, her sister, and their parents.
And the children are just life itself. And we're here to celebrate all that life and to mourn them.
We'll get over it slowly but surely, but every time, I don't know if you notice, every time a plane goes over, I look up and say to myself, I sure hope that one makes it.
Next door, neighbors say this block is really a family.
The houses are all so close together that it's really like they're joined.
And all the doors were all unlocked and open, and, you know, just the kind of place you dream about living, and a lot because of the Pearsons.
This park is just a few blocks from Rachel's home, and Rachel enjoyed playing here so much that people around the neighborhood tended to call this her park. Now, neighbors plan to officially petition the city of Seattle to have this park renamed Rachel's Park.
A way to remember a little girl, a family, and a neighborhood changed forever. Chip Reed, NBC News, Seattle.
We'll have more news ahead. And later, which dog will be man's new best friend? The surprisingly competitive process of trying to make certain dogs a breed apart.
Nothing you do says you love your dog more than protecting him from harm. That's why now there's Revolution. Revolution is the only one that protects against heartworm, fleas, and other harmful parasites with just a spot once a month. And Revolution is not a pesticide. So ask your veterinarian about Revolution today. Revolution is for dogs 6 weeks or older. Less than 1% of dogs experience digestive upset. Use with caution in sick, weak, or underweight animals. Revolution. It will protect those you love, inside and out.
We didn't invent the idea of handpicking 20 exceptional stocks for a powerful fund, but we have practically perfected it. Call 1-888-4STRONG today. You're one call away from a strong portfolio.
It's the new year. Breaking your resolutions yet? Don't worry about it. Time to search on Snap.com. Want to make nice with the bathroom scale? Use Snap's workout planner or find a personal trainer. I call mine Sven. Job hunting? Go to Snap's Career Center. Check out the classifieds for a better job. No promises you'll be a CEO, but how about winning a CEO salary for a day? Just enter Snap.com's New Year, New You sweepstakes. Search, find, and win in Snap at Snap.com, part of NBC Internet.
Over the years, I've faced some pretty tough challenges. Spyglass, Bay Hill, Pebble Beach. But there's one challenge I hope I never have to face again. That's why I eat my Wheaties.
Numerous studies confirm that a low-fat diet rich in whole-grain foods like Wheaties may reduce the risk of certain digestive cancers. 100% whole-grain Wheaties.
Shouldn't you be eating your Wheaties?
On an all-new Dateline Friday, 10 young children abandoned by their mother, separated by the system.
I didn't think I was going to see him again.
Could these siblings find a way to stay a family?
All I wanted was my brothers and sisters to get back.
An amazing story of self-sacrifice. An all-new Dateline Friday, 9/8 Central.
In the Persian Gulf tonight, a face-off between the United States and Russia. We have exclusive information on a Russian ship caught apparently smuggling Iraqi oil. NBC's Jim Klashevsky joins us now from the Pentagon. Jim, what's the latest there?
Well, Tom, tonight the U.S. Navy has taken control of a Russian ship suspected of smuggling Iraqi oil in violation of UN resolutions against Saddam Hussein. U.S. officials tell NBC News that a U.S. Navy cruiser intercepted and boarded the oil tanker just outside the Persian Gulf today. The tanker, the Volga Neft, is loaded with oil believed smuggled out of Iraq. It's the first time a Russian ship has been boarded and held since the U.S. and British Navy started their anti-oil smuggling patrols. Intelligence sources tell NBC News the Volga Neft and a second Russian ship have been illegally carrying Saddam's oil out of Iraq for several weeks, hugging the coastline of Iran to elude the U.S. Navy through the Strait of Hormuz, then making a dash across international waters to sell the oil in the United Arab Emirates. U.S. officials estimate that in December alone, Iraq made $62 million off smuggled oil, most of the illegal profits going straight to Saddam Hussein. And informally complained to the Russians last week, but when the smuggling continued, the Pentagon ordered the Navy to board the ship. There's no reaction yet tonight from Moscow. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC's Jim Klashevsky tonight at the Pentagon. And tonight in Austria, the country where Adolf Hitler was born, it does appear likely a right-wing party led by Jörg Haider, a man who once praised the Nazis, is about to join a new coalition government in that country. As a result, in Vienna, thousands are protesting against the coalition. They say it will turn Austria into an international pariah. The United States, Israel, and the European Union are threatening to take the unprecedented step of isolating Austria if that far-right party does take up its place in the new government. I'll be right back.
It's kind of like surf food as opposed to Mexican food. We're actually in the back of our main corporate office.
Dad was our original investor into the company.
He goes, this is my retirement money you guys are playing with, so make it count.
Now that we're growing, what we ran into is a lot of red tape.
That's why I leave all the banking to my little brother Mingo. See, he's got the short area.
That's where Merrill Lynch has stepped up. Dom found us the right people at Merrill to help us out.
They saw past the shorts and t-shirts.
Where else in the world can a Chinese guy sell Mexican food? If this isn't the American dream, I don't know what is.
Right now, a complete pair of glasses is only $99 at LensCrafters.
With this offer, we're making it easier for more people to see. Easier for them to look good, too.
The LensCrafters $99 complete pair sale. Hurry, offer ends soon.
This can't be happening. My family. How will they manage? Men get heart attacks, not women, not me.
It's the #1 killer of women. It's heart disease, and it's now been proven that the same aspirin you take for pain can help stop women from dying if taken during a heart attack. Can your pain reliever do that? Talk to your doctor now.
How you feeling?
I'll be fine. Bayer. Take it for pain. Take it for life.
Dinner! Beyond the green bean casserole, there are other scrumptious uses for French's French fried onions. They add a delectable dash to the popular potato.
That cooking show again.
Smile, you've got French's.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's the greatest land of all.
Introducing Chevy Impala. Designed, engineered, and built to be the most carefree car on the road.
See the
Let's go for a drive. Impala. We'll be there.
Just ahead at 6, it can be an unpleasant surprise. You get your phone bill and find out you've been slammed. Your long-distance provider changed without you knowing. Tonight, why it's happening more often and how you can protect yourself. Also, unique pieces of art, all created from a most unusual material. The scene at 6 is minutes away.
Tonight, going straight to the dogs in collaboration with the Wall Street Journal, which tomorrow will publish a story on the most popular dogs. You may have your own ideas. I certainly have mine. But the business of determining what dog the public most wants and then filling that need, turns out that's a very big and even risky business. NBC's Roger O'Neill tonight.
They've been top dog for 5 years. But the playful, lovable Labrador's throne as most popular breed is in jeopardy, as a host of other dogs tries to catch top spot in the American Kennel Club's top 10 list due out next month. Rottweilers, Goldens, and German Shepherds always challenge. But in the doggy arena now, it's not who's best of show, it's who's the next wonder dog.
Cut! Rex, you're supposed to cry.
Often driven by what people see on television or the movies, Border Collies may have a chance now. Rex, well, his commercial anyway, topped the list of best Super Bowl ads.
Lizard, lizard, lizard.
Chihuahua zoomed into the top 10 list last year, the little dog becoming as popular as the tacos he advertised.
Want something to drink?
And remember 101 Dalmatians? There was a run in the spotted canines after that movie. The old TV shows Rin Tin Tin and Lassie made German Shepherds and Collies favorites. Every year, breeders bet the kennel. The dogs they raise will be the next must-have pooch.
Hey, Giorgio, that's enough of that. Hey!
Tony Scandy thinks his Italian Mastiff is on the cusp of greatness.
It's something rare. It's a very good-looking dog, very strong, sturdy. Everybody that sees the dog is very, very impressed with him.
And for $1,000 up to $2,500, you can have one too.
Most of us pick our dogs because there was something special about him. This is Jack, and he has a blue and a brown eye. But rarely do we ask, how healthy is the breed? This one has epilepsy. With so many new breeds, vets say it's a question people can't afford not to ask.
Veterinarian Kevin Fitzgerald has been caring for our best friends for 17 years. With all the inbreeding going on to produce the next number one, these new designer dogs, as they're called, have a lot of problems.
Certainly epilepsy and hip dysplasia, some types of cancer, elbow problems, tons of orthopedic problems. When a breed gets popular, it's not the best thing for the dog. It's kind of the kiss of death for that breed.
People who are buying the look are also buying the problem.
That's right.
Side by side, purebred versus mongrel found at the shelter. Many dog owners say, my mutt's just as good as yours, maybe healthier, and a lot cheaper. Roger O'Neill, NBC News, Denver.
Well, they can say what they will, but some of us know that there's really only one wonder dog. That's Nightly News for Wednesday. I'm Tom Brokaw.
Could a serial rapist be targeting Brentwood neighborhoods? Right now on the scene at 6, find out why Brentwood police believe they're searching for a career criminal.
Last night's apartment fire in Franklin is out, but what about the human cost? I'm James Lewis. We'll have a live report.
Also tonight, has your long-distance phone service been switched without your consent? It happens more often than you might think.